Welcome back to the warm up with John Ben, everybody. Continuing our season outlook, we got the Charlotte Hornets, a team they're Charlotte Hornets. But before we get into it, please like, comment, subscribe on the video. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode of the warm up. And please follow our new social media followings on Instagram and Twitter in the description below. So, the Charlotte Hornets, a team that, like I said, is the Charlotte Hornets. Not a lot of upside, not a really consistent floor over the last 4 years. A team that's just been injury riddled. Like I see a lot of people say, "Oh, Charlotte has a chance, and I see their optimism because LaMelo's never healthy. Brendan Miller got hurt last year, but it's just really hard to paint the picture. They're lacking in center depth as well. But let's get into the roster.
Okay, so I couldn't agree with you more on that assessment, man. Starting from the top, LaMelo, your franchise guy. Miles Bridges, you brought back. Colin Sexton, you got in a trade. Mm-hmm. Josh Green from Dallas. Grant Williams will be coming back from his big injury. Brandon Miller from the draft. Concaneppel from the draft. Pat Connaughton is there now. Trey Mann, who has a lot of upside. Liam McNeely, also draft. Like, this is a young team with, decently good players. Like, I don't really think there's anything that stands out versus all the other like bottom feeding East teams that we've looked at,
Yeah.
So it's just like they have not been able to stay healthy. And honestly, like to the people of Charlotte, man, like I apologize. Like it's just been a rough go, man. Like, ever since Kemba went packing, I mean, like there's just been nothing to cheer for in Charlotte. I would say cheer for LaMelo Ball, but he's in street clothes half the time. So it's like, I feel bad for them, but, going into this season, same thing I've been saying. I'm not going to discount you from the play-in because it doesn't take much. And we've seen a LaMelo Ball version of this team go to the play-in before. Obviously, did not get far, but that you can get there. Just stay healthy. And they have to get out to a decently fast start because in previous seasons, they just get out to these like 2 and 15 starts, and then they're just done. Yeah. So it's like, start faster, even if that's like staying at 500 and get some wins and stay healthy. Medical staff has got to like have this team ready to go. But that's my take.
No, 100% agree with you. LaMelo Ball, he's the focal point here. He's your franchise guy. He's a one-time All-Star. He's a player that has kind of shied away from contact, hasn't attacked the rim. In a way where he can set up his guys a little bit better in the pick and roll. But I think he's the key. If he's healthy, I think this team has a chance to at least make the play-in. And like you said, that's not saying a lot in the East. But I'm saying, like, if they could get to the play-in, he stays healthy, the Charlotte front office will at least know what they have with LaMelo. For the past couple of years, they don't know what they have with LaMelo. So it's kind of like, ooh, is he our guy? Do we trade him and let Brandon Miller become that guy? Like, they just don't know. So I think if they get a full healthy season with LaMelo, see where it goes, and then make some crucial decisions this offseason depending on how it goes. I think this team is one of the youngest in the league. I love Brandon Miller. I love Concaneppel and Liam McNeely as well. That's a big influx of shooting around LaMelo. Okay, cool. Now you got Miles Bridges. This guy he's an athlete. He can shoot. Okay, now we have him. What they're lacking now is, though, with trading Mark Williams to the Phoenix Suns, is their center position. They don't have that center. They don't have a center. Ryan Cockburner, he's good. I'm interested to see his lateral quickness in the NBA. He's pretty slow-footed in college, which tends not to translate really well in the NBA. But if this team can hang their hat on the offensive end, just be like, listen, we're going to give up 140, but we're going to put up 140. I think that's a way to go about this season. You know what I mean? If I was this team, I would lean in to, like I said, the offense and try to become like a top 15, top 10 even offense at this rate because they have so much offensive firepower, and then just give a little effort on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah. If they want to be doing any kind of competing, and I mean any kind of competing in the Eastern Conference, they got to get a big man because you're right. The big man position is just in shambles right now.
It's Taj Gibson.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, Mark Williams was good on offense, but he could not guard to save his life. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the concerns I have about him going in Phoenix. I'm kind of glad that didn't happen for LA. I think you should be too, because, defensively, that would have been a train wreck. But, yeah, looking at this team, just watching these LaMelo Ball highlights, I'm just, mesmerized because he's just so good. He's just never available.
Mm-hmm.
And we know in the NBA, we've talked about this, availability is the best ability. So it's
Mm-hmm.
availability is the best availability. So,
Mm-hmm.
this team has just got to lock in, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty plain and simple. Yeah, I could see this team making it into the play-in. I could see this team being up there with the Raptors. Like if they're healthy, they could probably get like a 9, 8, something around there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you could try to sneak into the playoffs and make some noise. And that's all this team needs right now. Just make it into the playoffs. Give Charlotte something to cheer about. One of the things I hear from NBA fans, you also see it on YouTube sometimes, they always tell you Charlotte's got a nice arena and everything, but they are one of the saddest environments because no one ever goes. It's just there's not really much to cheer for because the team's always 30 games under 500. So, I'm hoping for the best, hoping that they can revive this franchise and, get on the right track.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I love Josh Green. I think he should be on another team helping a title contender. I loved him when he was in Dallas, and I think if they trade him, that frees up some space for Con Knipple, guys like Colin Sexton. I think he potentially could be a trade candidate or buyout candidate, even depending on how the season goes. I think he will instill something though into this team as kind of that leadership role they kind of were lacking. Colin's not that old, but he's been on team to team. He has some NBA experience with them. If he can instill that into the team that has Brendan Miller, who has defensive upside, who has Miles Bridges, an athletic switchy forward. If LaMelo Ball could just be one of the most gifted players we've ever seen on the offensive end, like he always is, and then have a little bit on the defensive side of the ball, I think it could go a long way.
Not to mention they also have one of the best announcers in basketball. So,
That's
I'd love to see this team do something so he could get excited. So,
yeah.
I'm ready for that classic, LaMelo, I'm ready for it.
Bridges!
Miles Bridges. Yeah. So I'm definitely hoping that this team does something good. And yeah, to the Josh Green point, I think that's definitely a good trade candidate. He's a great on-ball defender. Really enjoyed his time in Dallas, but it was just time for something fresh for him. So, maybe it's here, maybe it's somewhere else. But Brandon Miller too, stay healthy, second year, blend in with LaMelo, see if he takes a year or two leap. I think he's one of those candidates for MIP. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, that concludes our season outlook on the Charlotte Hornets. Leave a comment in the below on where you guys think Charlotte will end up. Once again, please subscribe on the video, turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode of the warm up. Follow our new social media handlings on Instagram and Twitter as well. And we'll see you guys next time.